The Galactic Council chamber was never silent. It was the beating heart of the galaxy, 12,000 alien species, 25 star empires, and 1,000 political voices. Normally, the chamber buzzed with noise, arguments, trade deals, and endless speeches. But today, silence ruled the room. It began with a single message. A messenger drone entered the chamber, glowing bright red. Drones never came in red. Red was not a color of warnings. Red was a color for catastrophe, something that threatened all life. The drone flew slowly into the center of the hall, spinning as it projected a message into the air. Every alien present stared at the floating letters. Universe threat level red. The last time the galaxy received a red level warning was 50 million years ago. During the Darkness War, entire civilizations died that day. Even elder species feared that color. The chamber lights dimmed. The hologram flickered. A single glowing symbol appeared in the air. It was not a word. It was not a code. It looked like an ancient mark, written in a language older than suns. The moment it appeared, every scanner in the council chamber went dead. Screens shut off. Armor suits froze in place. Translation devices broke. Even the air systems cracked for a second before restarting. Panic hit instantly. A tall, insectoid elder shouted, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" Another alien collapsed to the floor, shaking. This symbol cannot be real. That world cannot be true. Some tried to run out of the chamber. Others dropped to their knees, whispering to themselves, refusing to look at the symbol. Fear spread like cold fire through the room. Still, the symbol floated there. Silent, glowing, powerful, a deep mechanical voice echoed from the drone. Earth's true name has been found. Silence hit harder than any sound. Earth, a primitive little blue world. A planet the Council often ignored. A species considered young, weak, harmless. How could a world like Earth have a true name hidden by the universe? Council of Roth, leader of the 5th Star Dominion, stepped forward. His large reptilian eyes stared at the symbol. His voice shook as he spoke. Who discovered this? Who sent this message? The drone replied, "Source unknown." Unknown. That word scared the council more than the symbol itself. Only beings older than the galaxy could hide their identity. An old, crystal-skinned elder stood up. "We must open the archives. There must be a record of this name. We must know what it means." The council agreed. The great archive containing millions of years of forbiddance. History opened for the first time in centuries. Holograms and ancient texts floated above the chamber. Pages turned themselves. Lights glowed brighter. The hall filled with the whispering sound of ancient recordings. Finally, the archive found something. A small line of text. Simple, short, terrifying. A species with this name can rewrite fate. The chamber froze. Rewrite fate? Only one type of being ever had such power. The precursor gods, the first beings in existence. But they had vanished before the stars were born. Council of Roth whispered, "This cannot be. Humans cannot be related to them." A metallic elder corrected him. "The record does not say humans are gods. It says their name carries power. How did they hide it?" Someone asked. The question echoed across the chamber. Humans were loud, emotional, curious, chaotic. Not the type of species who could hide a secret as big as this. But the more the council studied, the more they realized something strange. Human evolution happened too fast. Human instincts were too sharp. Human creativity broke rules no other species dared to break. And their technology, while small, moved at a frightening speed. Maybe they had hidden something. Maybe they were not as primitive as the galaxy believed. Cold shiver passed through the council. A robotic counselor accessed restricted data. The true name of a species cannot be found accidentally. It must be awakened by something. Someone unlocked Earth's name on purpose. The chamber filled with whispers. Who did it? Why now? What do the humans know? Council of Roth, more afraid than he had ever been, made a decision. We send a probe. Immediately. We must scan Earth. We must learn if the humans are aware. A small orb-shaped probe flew into the chamber. It was made from the strongest Council technology able to scan a planet from light years away. The Council watched as the probe activated. Blue light surrounded it. The symbol glowed stronger. The probe locked onto Earth. Begin scan, Roth ordered. The probe shot through space, moving faster than any ship. In seconds, its signal reached the edge of Earth's atmosphere. And then flash. A bright burst of white light filled the chamber. The probe died instantly. Every signal vanished. The probe's memory wiped itself clean. It was as if something on Earth reached out and destroyed it. Counselor Roth's skin turned pale. Something blocked our scan. Something powerful. Another elder whispered, humans should not be able to do this. Their technology is too weak. But the true name, someone said, voice trembling. Maybe it is awakened. The chamber grew colder. Lights flickered. Everyone felt a strange, invisible pressure in the air. Something was changing. Something was awakening on Earth. And the Council suddenly understood one thing. They were no longer watching a primitive world. They were watching the return of something ancient, something dangerous, something that made the galaxy tremble. The Galactic Council chamber remained dark long after the probe's destruction. No one moved. No one spoke. It felt as if the air itself was afraid to vibrate. A world like Earth should not be able to destroy a Council probe. Even major empires struggled to block its scanners. But Earth, a small blue planet full of noise, arguments, music, and curious humans, had erased the probe as if it were a bug on a window. Council of Roth finally broke the silence. We must study the symbol again, he said quietly. His reptilian fingers tapped the glowing air between them. There must be more information hidden within the ancient archives. The glowing symbol expanded. New lines of text, long forgotten, appeared around it. An elder with a crystalline body read the translation slowly. Those who carry this name come from forgotten blood, born fragile, but capable of strength beyond reason. Watch them closely. They grow faster than stars. Murmurs spread through the chamber. One commander hissed, humans evolved too quickly. From stone tools to nuclear energy in only a few thousand cycles. No species rises so fast. Another added, they learn from disaster. They grow from chaos. They do not fear the unknown. They run toward it. A small insectoid alien whispered, maybe that is the danger. The Council began pulling files, millions of hidden reports. Old observations, strange incidents recorded on Earth over the last 1,000 years. The more they looked, the more they found. Strange human history. A historian showed images on the hologram. Humans surviving disasters that should have wiped them out. Humans fighting wars so destructive that most species would never recover. Humans exploring oceans, mountains, skies, even space with no fear. Humans creating music, stories, inventions at a speed no alien could match. A scientist said, humans adapt too well, too fast, as if something inside them pushes them to evolve continually. Another added, what if their true name gives them this strength? What if the name was locked away to prevent the galaxy from fearing them? The idea spread like wildfire. Humanity was not strong because of technology. Humanity was strong because of something deep inside. Something old. Something powerful. The Council became restless. A dangerous proposal. A high-ranking officer from a warlike species stood up. We must take action. If Earth's true name is awakening, then humans may become unstoppable. Imagine if they discover what that symbol means. Counselor Roth narrowed his eyes. And what do you suggest? A containment field, the officer replied. Trap Earth. Keep humans inside their star system. Gasps rose around the chamber. To cage an entire species? To control a world that has done nothing wrong? To provoke a species linked to an ancient name? The idea created chaos. Some species supported it. Many feared humans too much. Others called it madness. They are young, one elder argued. They are still learning. They do not know what their name means. That is the danger, replied the officer. If they discover it, they may unlock abilities we cannot predict. Counselor Roth watched the arguments with growing fear. He had seen humans before during diplomatic missions. They laughed too easily. They fought too hard. Their emotions burned bright, impossible to read. Humans were dangerous, but also remarkable, unpredictable, impossible to control. The hidden human agent, while the council argued. A figure stood in the shadows behind the chamber columns. Tall, calm. Watching. It was the human observer, the only human allowed inside the council under peaceful agreements. He had always been quiet, polite, almost invisible. But today, something in his presence felt different. He stepped forward slowly, boots echoing on the metallic floor. The entire council froze. His badge glowed softly on his chest. Not with technology, but with the same light as the symbol in the hologram. Every alien leaned back. Every weapon scanner flickered. Every translation device struggled to read his emotions. The human spoke, voice steady and calm. You want answers, he said. And you deserve the truth. Counselor Roth swallowed hard. Human, what do you know about this name? The human did not blink. It has been hidden for thousands of years, he replied. Even from most of our own people. Only a few guardians know the truth. Guardians? Someone echoed. Humans have guardians? The human nodded slowly. During ancient times, he said, something tried to erase our species. Something powerful. To survive, our ancestors sealed away our true name. It is not a normal name. It carries meaning, potential, memory. Aliens leaned forward with fear and curiosity. The human continued. Our species has always felt lost, he said. Always searching, always pushing, always reaching for something we could never explain. He looked directly at the glowing symbol floating in the air. Now I know why. His voice grew quieter, deeper, more intense. Our true name is waking us up. The chamber erupted with questions. What does that mean? Is Earth dangerous? Are humans evolving? Are you a threat to the galaxy? The human raised a hand. Silence returned instantly, as if the room obeyed him. I am not here to threaten anyone, he said. But I must warn you. His eyes glowed faintly, just for a second, then returned to normal. You should not have searched for our name. A cold chill ran through every alien present. Counselor, Roth whispered. Why? What happens now? The human turned toward Earth's hologram. Something old has awakened, he said. And now it is looking back at all of us. The chamber lights flickered. The symbol pulsed with energy. And far away, on the tiny blue planet called Earth, humans began having dreams. Strange dreams. Powerful dreams. Dreams of something ancient calling to them. The galaxy held its breath. The chamber lights dimmed again, but this time it wasn't a system failure. It felt intentional, like the room itself was reacting to the human standing in the center. The human, observer known to the council only as Rylan Ward, took a slow breath. His presence was usually gentle, almost forgettable, but now something seemed to move within him. Something quiet. Something old. Even the bravest alien representatives took a step back. Council of Roth forced himself to speak. Human? Rylan, What do you mean by something old? Ryland did not speak right away. Instead, he looked around the vast chamber, studying each alien face, fearful, curious, angry, desperate. Many of you think humans are young, he said. Many of you think we are a new species, growing too fast. Too wild. He shook his head slowly. You are wrong. The words hit the room like a shockwave. An elder council member, made of shimmering crystal, asked carefully, then, what are humans? Ryland stepped closer to the hologram of Earth, still floating like a glowing blue marble in the center of the chamber. He touched the air near the projection, and the hologram reacted. It pulsed. It brightened. It looked almost alive. Gasps filled the chamber. What? What did you do? Another alien demanded. Ryland lowered his hand. Nothing. Earth reacts on its own now. A cold silence spread. Ryland finally continued. Humans were not always powerless. Long before this age, long before the Council existed, my people held something the galaxy feared. Council of Roth whispered, power? Ryland looked directly into his eyes. No, responsibility. Confusion spread. Ryland explained. In ancient times, our ancestors could feel the fabric of reality. They could sense the flow of events, the paths of fate. They learned to speak certain names that shaped possibility. Not to control the universe, but to protect balance. The entire chamber froze. Names that shaped possibility? Reality responding to words? That was power beyond technology, beyond physics, beyond anything the Council knew. A metallic alien trembled. You speak of the wordbinders, the beings who shaped destiny itself. Ryland nodded once. The wordbinders were not just beings. They were a civilization. And humans were part of that civilization. Shockwaves rippled across the chamber. Council of Roth felt his chest tighten. Humans wordbinders? Impossible. Unthinkable. Terrifying. Ryland continued, voice calm but heavy. Our ancestors sealed away our true name because their powers were destroying them. The universe does not like to be shaped. When our people spoke fate, pushed back. So you hid the name? An elder asked. Yes, Ryland said. To protect the galaxy. To protect the universe. And to protect ourselves. The glowing symbol flickered in the air above them. Ryland stared at it. That symbol is not a word, he said. It is a memory. A key. It unlocks what we used to be. The council grew louder, fearful, confused, overwhelmed. One war commander shouted, if humans regain this power, the galaxy is finished. Ryland turned sharply. No, humans are not gods. We do not seek control. Our strength comes from survival, not domination. Another alien demanded, then why is the name waking now? Ryland's expression grew darker, because someone broke the seal. A heavy, terrible silence. Council of Roth asked quietly, someone. From Earth? Ryland shook his head. No, someone outside Earth? Someone who wanted to test us. Someone who wanted to see what would happen. A ripple of dread moved through the chamber. Who? Several counselors asked at once. Ryland answered, I don't know. But whoever they are, they wanted the galaxy to fear humans again. He stepped forward. The chamber lights flickered with each movement, like shadows bending around him. And now, humans are changing. The hologram shifted, showing Earth from a closer angle. Golden energy patterns flickered across the planet like shimmering waves. Council members leaned forward with shock. Where's that energy? Is Earth releasing it? Is this the awakening? Ryland nodded. Humans are dreaming, he said softly. They are seeing things they should not see. They feel something calling them. A memory buried deep inside their DNA. An elder shivered. Their evolution is accelerating. Not evolution, Ryland corrected. Remembering. He looked around the room. For thousands of years, we lived blind to what we were. But now, the blindness is fading. A military commander snarled, "This is unacceptable. The Council must contain Earth. We must prevent this awakening." Ryland's eyes hardened, not with threat, but with truth. "You cannot contain Earth," he said. "You cannot case what you do not understand." The commander drew a weapon, but it flickered and powered down instantly. Ryland didn't even look at it. "That is the true name's influence," he said. "Not me." Panic spread again. Weapons failed. Lights dimmed. Energy readings went wild. Earth's hologram pulsed brighter. As if the planet itself was listening, Ryland stepped into the center of the chamber. "You searched for a secret that was never meant to be found," he said. "Now the universe is reacting, and humans are waking up." Council of Roth felt fear crawl up his spine. "Human, what happens when the awakening is complete?" Ryland's voice softened, almost sad. "Then humanity will remember what the universe tried to forget." The chamber trembled. The symbol glowed. Far across the stars, Earth pulsed again, as if something ancient and powerful was breathing for the first time in ages. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The Galactic Council expected alarms, warnings, or ships reporting strange readings. But none of those came. Instead, the entire chamber trembled. A soft vibration, almost like a heartbeat, pulsed through the metal floor. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't artificial. It felt alive. Council of Roth gripped the railing. "What is happening? Is this an attack?" Ryland Ward, the human observer, did not look surprised. His eyes were fixed on the hologram of Earth, now glowing brighter than any projection had the right to glow. "It has begun," he said quietly. "The first awakening." The hologram flickered. Then it shifted, showing Earth from orbit. Auroras massive, golden auroras spread across the entire planet. They swirled like living rivers of light. "What is that energy?" A crystalline elder whispered. "It is not energy," Ryland replied. "It is memory." The council chamber erupted. "Memory? Impossible. A whole planet cannot remember. This breaks every law of physics." Ryland turned to them slowly. "Our true name does not follow your laws. It never did. The galaxy feels it across the hologram. Reports appeared. Stars near. Earth flickering like candle flames, gravity waves spreading from the solar system, long-range sensors failing. Unexplained bursts of golden light near the moon. Every report ended the same way. Cause UNKNOW and the council stared in horror. "This is spreading," Roth whispered. "Across systems, across sectors. How can one world do this?" Ryland answered simply, "Because it is not only a world. It is a signal." A nervous insectoid representative asked, "A signal to who?" Ryland hesitated for the first time. Then he said, "To us. To humans everywhere." The council chamber was no longer a place of order. After the impossible shield over Earth had appeared, the entire room shook with arguments, panic, and fear. Screens flickered, alarms flashed, and the oldest species in the galaxy whispered prayers they had not spoken in 1,000 years. But something else hung in the air, a pressure, a weight, a presence. It felt like the galaxy itself was holding its breath. The elders tried to regain control, but their voices cracked. They had seen war, extinction, supernovas. But this was different. This time, the threat was not from outside. It came from Earth, a world they once ignored. High Emperor Solon finally slammed his staff onto the floor. "Silence," he commanded. The echo hit every wall like thunder. Slowly, the frightened voices calmed. "We must understand," Solon said, forcing himself to breathe steadily. "Why Earth, a simple world, carries a name of such power." He pulled up the last known image from the probe, before it was destroyed. The chamber fell silent again. The hologram showed Earth, shining with a soft white glow, wrapped in lines of floating symbols. The same symbols that formed the true name. The same symbols that erased the Council's most advanced machines. The same symbols that made elder species kneel. They are not supposed to have this, whispered Alindra, her wings trembling. No young species should. They should not even know what a true name is, added another elder. And yet, Solon replied, they do. A council worker rushed into the chamber, shaking. High Emperor, we have new information. Speak. We detected something coming from Earth. Every elder froze. What kind of signal? Solon pressed. The worker swallowed hard. A message, but it was not sent through radio, not through energy beams, not through quantum channels. Then how? Alindra asked. The worker's voice dropped. It was sent through the true name itself. A cold silence fell like snow. The message appeared on the central hologram. Glowing silver. We know you looked. We know you saw. Stop searching. Stop fearing. U.S. We did not choose this name. We only guard IT. The room felt smaller suddenly, as if the walls were closing in. Alindra's voice shook. They? No. They know what we are doing. High Emperor Solon took a step back. And they understand the name. They can use it. But how? A reptilian elder demanded. Humans are barely a few thousand years old. We have lived for millions. Maybe, Alindra said slowly. Time is not the measure. Before anyone could answer, a deeper alarm sounded, one the council had never heard before. Red lights flashed around the chamber. What now? Solon shouted. A robotic voice filled the air. A spatial event is forming above the council homeworld. Every elder turned toward the massive observation window behind them. A crackling distortion appeared in space like a tear in reality. Bright lines of white light spiraled outward. A portal? A ship? Alindra whispered. No, Solon said. Something else. The distortion grew larger, brighter, until a single shape formed inside it. Not a ship. Not a weapon. A sphere of white energy floated toward them. No metal, no markings. Just pure light. A quiet object. The most ancient species began screaming. Close the shields. Block it. Stop it before it reaches us. But the sphere moved calmly, slowly, passing through defenses as if none existed. It stopped just outside the council chamber. Everyone in the room went. Still. The sphere pulsed. Once, twice. Then, the light formed a message in the air, symbols floating like fireflies. We do not come to fight, we come to warn. Solon's voice cracked. Warn. Of what? The sphere pulsed again, brighter than before, casting long shadows across the chamber. And then the next message appeared. The name is not our power. The name is our burden. Something else is coming. Something that seeks the name you found. The elders gasped. A threat greater than Earth? Greater than the name? Alindra stepped forward, fear twisting her face. What is coming? The sphere dimmed as if thinking, then produced a final line of text. The one who first gave Earth its true name. Every elder froze. You mean? Solon whispered. Someone named Earth? The name came from an ancient being. The sphere's light flickered again. Yes, and that being is returning. You have awakened IT by reading the name. A cold wave of dread washed over the council. What does it want? Solon asked. The chamber filled with painful silence. Until the last message appeared. To see who dares utter its creation. To see you. Alindra trembled. We doomed the galaxy by discovering the name. Solon bowed his head. We did not understand what we touched. The sphere drifted closer. its light softer now. One final message appeared. Prepare yourselves. We will not stop IT alone, but we will not let the galaxy fall. The name chose US. And now, Ida has chosen you to. The sphere dimmed, slowly collapsing inward until it vanished like smoke. The council stared at the empty AI. A human-created warning had reached them. A human-held power had revealed itself, and now, something older than the galaxy was coming. And Earth, the world they once mocked, was their only shield. Everything had changed. Everything was about to get worse. The council chamber felt colder than space itself. The humans' glowing sphere had vanished, but its last message still floated in every mind. The one who first named Earth is coming. The elders did not move. They barely breathed. Even the ancient light towers along the chamber wall seemed dimmer, as if the entire building was afraid. High Emperor Solon slowly turned toward the great window. Outside, stars shone like silent witnesses to the fear spreading across the galaxy. Alindra finally broke the silence. We need to prepare. For what? Another elder whispered. How do we prepare for something older than the galaxy? Something that names worlds? Solon clenched his jaw. We must understand who or what gave Earth that name. The Council activated the oldest archives databases built when the galaxy was still young, containing legends no one dared read. Holograms spilled across the room, showing fragments of stories, strange symbols, broken recordings. One line appeared again and again. Beware the nameless maker. A shadowy shape repeated across ancient carvings, tall, human-like, but impossibly bright, with symbols swirling around it like planets around a star. Alindra studied the carvings. This being created names, real names, names that decide fate. And Earth's name, Solon said quietly, came from it. An elder shivered. Why Earth? Why not us? Why not any ancient species? No one had an answer. Then the floor trembled. Lights flickered. A distant alarm rang. A council guard stumbled into the chamber, pale and terrified. High Emperor, something is happening in space. The elders rushed to the window. A tear in reality, much larger than the human sphere earlier, slowly opened. It stretched wider and wider, glowing with pure white light. The space around it rippled like water. Stars bent. Darkness twisted. Something was entering the galaxy. Something. Massive. Something powerful. The tear expanded until it was larger than moons. Alindra stepped back, wings shaking. It's here. From the tear, a figure emerged. Not a ship. Not a creature. Not anything the council had seen before. It stood in the void of space, as if space meant nothing. Its body looked human but made of living starlight. Symbols floated around it, thousands of them, each glowing with the same pattern the council saw in Earth's true name. Its eyes were endless and bright. Every system scanner died instantly. Every elder fell to their knees. Even Solon felt his voice break. The nameless maker. But the being spoke, not with sound, not with energy, but with truth itself. Who reads the name? The words appeared directly in their minds. The being stepped closer to the planet's orbit. Space cracked under its feet. Who dares touch what I created? Some elders cried. Others collapsed. The pressure of its presence felt heavier than gravity. Solon forced himself to stand. He raised his voice. Shaking, we did. The chamber darkened. As the being turned its eyes toward them, you are not worthy. Its hand lifted. Every star in the sky dimmed at once. Galaxies seemed to shiver. The elders screamed. Alindra whispered, we are going to die. But just as the being moved, a new light appeared. A bright, white sphere, just like the one the humans sent before, rose from below the council. Homeworld. More spheres followed. 1, 2, 10, 100. They formed a wall of light between the Council and the Nameless Maker. Then a message appeared. You will not touch them. The spheres opened, revealing human silhouettes inside. Each silhouette glowed like living light, their outlines burning with the same symbols as the true name. Solon gasped. Humans, but not humans. Elindra stared. Ascended? Evolved? What are they? The answer came as a perfect, calming voice inside every mind. We are the guardians of the name. We are the ones who hold the burden. The Nameless Maker's voice shook the universe. The name is mine. I too was mine before your species. Began. The Guardians did not move. Their lights grew brighter. You gave the name, they replied, but it chose US, and we will not return IT. The Nameless Maker extended one hand. Space cracked again. You defy your creator? Silence. The Guardians of Earth raised their hands at the same time. Light exploded. The entire sky became white. The Council screamed and covered their eyes, and then silence. Slowly, the light faded. When the elders looked again, the Nameless Maker was gone. The tear in space sealed itself. The hundreds of guardian spheres hovered calmly in the void like quiet stars. A final message appeared from them. The name remains protected. Do not seek IT. Again, Earth is not your enemy. Earth is your shield. Then, the spheres dissolved into thin light and shot back toward Earth like meteors. The Council chamber was silent. For a long time, no one knew what to say. No one knew what came next. Finally, High Emperor Solon spoke softly. We feared Earth, but Earth has saved us. Elindra nodded, tears on her face. From this day forward, we must respect them. We must learn from them. We must stand with them. Solon looked toward the stars, where the Guardians had vanished, because, he said quietly, Earth does not just carry a name. Earth carries a destiny. And so the galaxy changed forever, not because Earth was powerful, but because Earth was chosen. And now, the galaxy understood what that truly meant. For the first time in thousands of years, the Galactic Council held a meeting in complete silence. No alarms. No shouting. No panic. Only quiet breathing. The chamber felt different now, as if the air itself understood what had happened. The name of Earth had changed the galaxy forever. High Emperor Solon stood at the center of the hall, his eyes tired but calm. He looked older now, not because of age, but because of everything he had witnessed. The Nameless Maker has left our space, he said slowly. No one responded. Every elder stared forward, still haunted by the memory of a being made of starlight tearing open the void. Solon continued, but Earth stopped it. Humans stopped it. We owe them our survival. The words felt heavy in the chamber. Some elders bowed their heads in respect. Others looked confused, struggling to understand how a species so young, so small, could stand against something so ancient. Elindra stepped forward. We must talk about Earth, she said. What are they? How many guardians do they have? Why were they chosen? Solon shook his head gently. We do not need to know everything. Not anymore. Elindra frowned. Why? Because they told us clearly, Solon answered. The name is their burden, not ours. An elder with stone-gray skin lifted his hand. What if the Nameless Maker returns? It will, Elindra whispered. A being like that does not forget. Solon nodded. That is why we must prepare. How? The elder demanded. What weapon can we build? What defense could stop something like that? None, Solon said. No weapon in our galaxy can face a creator of names. The chamber trembled faintly at those words, as if reality itself agreed. But Earth can, he added. Elindra's wings fluttered with worry. And what if Earth refuses to help us next time? Solon gave a tired smile. Earth already helped us without being asked. Before anyone could respond, a soft chime echoed across the chamber. The council's central screen lit up, but no alarms rang. It was a peaceful signal. An incoming message, the guard announced. From Earth. Every elder leaned forward. The screen changed to show a calm, blue-white light, the same type of light the Guardians used. A simple message appeared. We hold nitrogen monoxide anger. We hold no pride. We hold only duty. Another line followed. The name did not choose you as to rule. I chose you as to protect. Elendra's eyes widened. They are reassuring us. The message continued. The Maker will return one day. When does, we will stand again, and we will not stand alone. Silence. Then. A final line. You are not our enemies. You are our future. The message faded. The chamber glowed with soft blue light for several seconds. Then went dark again. For a long moment, no one dared speak. Finally, Solon placed one hand over his chest. We must respond. The elders nodded slowly. And what should we say? Elendra asked. Solon looked toward the stars beyond the window, toward the distant blue planet that had silently guarded the galaxy for millennia. We say thank you, he said. And we say we will stand with them. In the days that followed, messages flowed across the galaxy. Worlds that once mocked humans began studying Earth with new respect. Some species built temples honoring the Guardians. Others gathered ancient maps, searching for more mysteries. Fear did not disappear, but it changed. It became determination. A new alliance formed, one that did not start from power or territory, but from survival. The Guardian Accords were signed, an agreement that if the nameless Maker ever returned, every world would stand together, with Earth at the center, not as a king, not as a ruler, but as a shield. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans did not celebrate. There were no parades, no global announcements, no speeches. The Guardians returned quietly, their glowing forms fading back into normal human bodies. A scientist in New Delhi dropped his tools, confused why he suddenly felt tired. A teacher in Brazil blinked, unsure why her hands were glowing one second and normal the next. A fisherman in Japan stared at the sky, feeling something ancient fade from his heart. They were Guardians only when needed. And now, the danger had passed. For the moment. In a small observatory on the edge of Alaska, a lone human researcher named Mara watched the stars. She had seen the flash of light earlier, felt something awaken inside her. For a brief moment. Then it vanished. She whispered to herself. It happened again. Didn't it? But no one answered. Only the quiet hum of the telescope filled the room. She wrote a small note in her journal. When the name whispers, the universe listens. She closed the book. The world below her continued peacefully, unaware of the storm it had avoided. Back in the council chamber, Elendra stood beside Solon as they looked out into the deep black sky. Are you afraid? She asked softly. Solon exhaled. Yes. Of Earth? He shook his head. No, I am afraid of what comes for them. Because if the Maker's return is certain, Earth will be the first to face it. Elendra lowered her voice. Then we will stand with them. Solon smiled, the fear in his eyes replaced by hope. Yes, he said. For the first time, the galaxy is united. He turned away from the window, and all because of a name. The universe remained vast. Dark mysteries still floated in distant corners. And somewhere, beyond the edge of all known stars, the nameless Maker drifted, waiting, watching. But things were different now. Earth was no longer a small blue world in the corner of a spiral. Galaxy. Earth was a symbol, a secret, a protector. And the galaxy would never underestimate humanity again, because they finally understood the truth. The true name of Earth was not power. It was responsibility. and that responsibility had brought the galaxy together. For the first time in history, the universe did not fear the name. It trusted it.